Hi everyone. How are you doing? This is Dr. Angela Celeste May coming to you today. I am a professional vocalist and vocal teacher. I'm a professional multi instrumentalist as well. I teach piano. I play flute, violin, and viola as also. And I'm also the doctor as a PhD in clinical, organizational, and forensic psychology. So I'm a consultant, a coach. I do many things, and I'm an academician also. So I'm blessed to do lots of things. Recording artist, I'm a producer, and you know, I'm an author, public speaker. God has blessed me to be able to do the many things that I love to do, and I'm always and forever thankful for that. So today, I just want to take a moment to talk with you about something that I see very prevalently, and that has to do with people's assumptions about what makes a good singer. So I thought about this. Well, I've thought about it off and on over time, but it often occurs to me to talk about this whenever I see someone or someone's plural commenting on folks they may see on TV or wherever, and they are commenting on someone who doesn't have the biggest voice in the world, someone who may not have the loudest voice, who can just belt out that song, but the person is has a pretty voice. The person is in tune. Um, they're musical. All of those things, all of those wonderful musical elements that make for what we consider a good singing. All of those may be in place, but the person doesn't have the biggest, loudest voice in the world. And so therefore, the mistake oftentimes people make is to assume that therefore that they can't sing. So that's a myth. And I would even say a stereotype that I would like to come against, to kind of like dispel that myth that a lot of people have. I mean, first of all, everyone's entitled to their opinion, of course. If you don't like a certain style of singing, that's absolutely valid, of course. No judgment. If you prefer, singers with bigger voices who can, really belt it out loudly, that's your preference. Nothing wrong with that. Um, but I'm talking about just the overall, just general assumption, which didn't come out of a vacuum. We've kind of been sold this idea from nothing against all these competition shows, all these vocal competition shows. That's fine. It's a form of entertainment. It's an opportunity for a lot of people as well, and all the rest. That's all cool, all good. Do continue to enjoy those. If you are watching those, that's fine. That I'm not speaking against those per se. But what I will say is, what I am standing up against is, because of not just those kinds of shows, but shows like those, as well as um, I guess the music industry in general tends to promote certain styles, certain types of singers, etc. So because of that, they put a lot of money behind selling this image and this idea that the big voice, the big successful belted out, that's a singer. That may be a great singer, but here's a couple things to consider. Number one, a loud singer is a loud singer. That doesn't mean they're a great singer. Number one, there are many loud singers who are great singers, but I just want us to think a little, not to overthink it to death. I'm going to overthink it because I'm a vocal coach, and that's part of what I do. It's part of what I do for a living. It's part of, I get paid to overthink that or to think about it. But I'm not saying you have to overthink it or anything like that. But I would encourage you and all of us to maybe rethink, step back a little bit, and reconsider what we call good singing, enjoyable singing. If somebody's got a certain voice that you really, really like, it doesn't have to be super loud. If somebody has a voice that you think is really pretty or really moves you or really touches you or you just really like their delivery, that there's all those different elements that go into singing and good, quote unquote, good singing, etc. I just encourage everyone to just consider all of those elements. And to realize it's not always about the loud, and depending on the style of music, it's often not about the loud. So getting back to many of these competition shows, again, that's fine. That's fine. But keep in mind that those competition shows do tend to promote certain styles of singing, which is not a bad thing, like I said, by itself, but they are certain styles. They're not all forms of singing. And they're not the only valid, if I could go so far as to say that, type of singing. So think about singers and voices that you like. I encourage you to really develop, develop if you haven't already, but or continue to develop your own uh, personal ideas about what you think makes a good singer. Sometimes a great singer is someone who has an unusual approach to singing that doesn't get all the hype and all of the attention. Maybe there are some fantastic singers out here who don't have the biggest voices in the whole wide world, but they really can do some amazing things in terms of emoting or expressing certain things with their voices. And here's another thing to think about also. I've got a pretty big voice myself. I'm classically trained. I have a high voice. I sing in all styles of music. I sing pop. I write in all styles. Most styles of music. I don't feel confined to any one genre or another, but I will say that there are some things that people with really big voices struggle with when it comes to modulating their voices, when they need to go from the quiet to the loud. Well, one of the things that many vocal teachers and vocal coaches like myself have found that we sometimes have to work a little harder on with people who naturally have big voices is to work on them not always going to the big, always going to the loudest. It's a temptation to do that when you have all of that. So, again, like I said, there's many styles of singing. Lots of different elements can go into making what we consider a good singer, a great singer. But I'm just here today to remind you and to encourage you that don't let's be careful to not be so quick to assume that if someone does not have a big huge voice, or as I've heard also sometimes, if somebody maybe somebody was not as successful in their career. I've heard people say, well, she couldn't sing anyway. Or maybe they are successful either way. Well, I don't think she can sing. And what I've found is, or what I've found oftentimes is what they really mean, even if they're not really consciously aware of it like that. But what they really mean is, they're not belting it out like a Patti LaBelle. They're not really woo. So therefore, people think that that person's not a good singer. When a lot of times may sound perfectly fine. They just have a lighter sounding voice, but it's always on tune, in tune. It's expressive. It has nice qualities about it. So that's my little conversation today. That's my little sharing today. It's not a conversation, it's a monologue, if you will. But yeah, that's what I wanted to come on and share with you today. Give me some love, give me a like, comment below. Let me know what are your opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Feel free to comment and let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have any questions, and definitely subscribe. And like I said, give me a thumbs up. Anyway, God bless. Take care. I'll be coming to you again soon with some more, hopefully, positive content and thought-provoking things to consider and think about. And in the meantime, again, do stay safe. And I encourage us to mask up, social distance. If you've done your own research, if you feel that if you find based on research that it makes sense to get vaccinated, not just for yourself, but for other people, your loved ones, so we can, and our society in general, so we can get this pandemic under control, then I do encourage you to go and get vaccinated as well. In the meantime, God bless and take care. And I'll see you soon. Oh, well, look below and follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and I'll be talking to you soon. Okay, bye bye.